VeChain is one of those rare blockchains that actually have a real world use case, right? Believe it or not, most of the blockchains out there, they're trying to do something where in real life nobody's really using them. They're all on their own, plane of thought, trying to do whatever they want to. But VeChain on the other hand is very very different. This has actual use cases. Real world companies are using this. There are real people using this. So VeChain in that sense is a great crypto, right? So today we'll talk about four things, right? What's great, what is what's good, what are the risks, and what do I think that you should do. To begin with, what's great? First thing is that it's solving a real problem. It's a $16 billion problem. It's essentially in the supply chain space, right? So what exactly is this? Well, think of it this way. Now, imagine when you buy, let's say, an Armani watch. Right? How do you know it's not a fake? Right? There are a lot of fakes out there. A lot of people, or a Nike shoes or something, right? How do you know it's not fake? Well, VeChain is trying to ensure that the entire chain, right from the time it was manufactured to shipped to you getting it, is all on a blockchain so that you can verify it at any point of time. Right? At every stage, they want to track it. And this is a real world problem that they are solving, and and this is something like worth like $16 billion on an annual basis, right? So that's what they are up to. The second thing that's great about them is the fact that they're an enterprise product, right? Unlike most of the cryptos out there, this is an enterprise product and not really for an individual like you or me. So you and I will not be using this. Big enterprises like Puma, Nike, and Louis Vuitton and whatnot are the ones who are really their end customers, and that makes it really great because there are very few cryptos out there which are designing for enterprises, but blockchain has a lot of use cases for enterprises. And this steady growth, right? If you followed VeChain, they started off as an ERC20 token on Ethereum. It was called VEN, and then it moved into their own blockchain. So now it's called VET, the VeChain token. They've steadily accomplished a lot of things, and that is what is great about some of these cryptos. Ones like, let's say, another one that did followed a very similar trajectory was BAT. They had their own. They started off as an ERC20 token, then eventually moved into their own blockchain. I think that's a great model. I've been stressing on this. This shows that you are proving your concept, right? You're not doing unnecessary things right from day one. You don't have to build a blockchain right from the beginning. You know that it works, then you move into your own blockchain, right? So this is a great path that they have followed, and I think that gives me a lot of confidence. Then there's a large activity, right? If you look at VeChain, right, as of today or as of whenever this data was updated, they have more than 300 enterprise partners. That's pretty good, right? 3,000 plus enterprise users, over 100 million on-chain transactions that have happened, and more than 5,000 on-chain SKUs. So in terms of usage activity, that's really great, right? So they've built something, people are using it, they have done it in a progressive manner, they've scaled up in the right way, all checking the right boxes so far. What else is good about them? Well, the first thing is they have a long list of enterprise partners, right? If you go to their website, you'll see in one section, I'll link this in the description, you'll see all these familiar names, right? Walmart, PricewaterhouseCoopers, BMW, a lot of very large companies who are essentially their enterprise partners, possibly using their solution. Then there are serious milestones that they are achieving. 2022 achievement seems to be even to the likes of governments, small countries, using their blockchain to issue something like a national digital vaccine passport, right, on the VeChain public blockchain. There are several other achievements that they have done. You can go through this. I've linked this in the description. Right, the founder is Sunny Lu. He has a background in electronics and engineering, so that explains why VeChain is so well interlinked to the IoT space. He worked at a company called Netstar, and Netstar was focused on data tracking, especially vehicle tracking and stolen vehicle recovery technology, and that sort of explains why VeChain has is so well done into the blockchain tracking solutions for cars. So they have Renault and BMW as well as their customers. So Sunny Lu has done a great job at building this up. He used to be a CIO of Louis Vuitton China, and Louis Vuitton is one of those companies that faces a counterfeit problem, and it's clearly understandable that this guy really knew the problem, right? And hence he's out there building a solution. So that is something that I'm very happy with, that there is a founder who actually understands ground reality and hence building a solution for it. Then there's something called Bitsy that he founded, which was very successful, right? So prior to this, he founded a blockchain mining company called Bitsy, and Bitsy was at one point of time generating 5% of the world's Bitcoin supply. So he does have a good track record, both as somebody who's worked in the industry and as somebody who has been working on crypto projects. Let's talk about the risks. The first one is proof of authority. So VeChain follows something called proof of authority. Now, what proof of authority really means is that they decide who exactly is going to be the nodes, and you just cannot go and become a node, right? And that is my biggest problem with this, because if you're going to decide who another validator should be, then you're going to just fill it up with your friends, right, or your own company nodes, for instance, right? It's not a very transparent process. There is a lot of risk, and that makes it highly centralized. So that is extremely problematic, because in the blockchain space, we see how if you're not transparent, if you're highly centralized, there is a lot of chances of a scam happening, of frauds happening, and that is something that I am very concerned about. There's also a high barrier to entry, right? Now, even if you want to become a node, then there is an extremely high barrier for entry. You need to, I think the minimum is some 1 million VeChain coins, goes up to almost 25 million VeChain coins. Very high barriers to entry to just become a node. Then the other problem that I have is there's a demand split between VET and VTHO. So there are two coins. The first one is a VeChain coin called VET. The other one is VTHO. VTHO is used for payments for gas, right? In Ethereum, you use Ethereum itself for gas, but here VTHO is used for gas. VET is used for transferring value across the blockchain. That's how they differ. So there is a split of demand across both of these, and eventually when investors start valuing cryptos based on actual demand and actual usage and actual revenue that's going to come in, that's where this will start impacting, valuations will impact, and things might, prices might start falling. What should you do? The first one is, please do your own research, right? I cannot stress enough on this. VTHO might not really be a good investment, so stay away from that. That's piece of advice from me. Primarily because it has unlimited supply, and that might not be a good investment. The second thing is, keep a track of partnerships, because the whole Aura VeChain is based on a number of partnerships that they have done, and that they should continue to do that. 300 should become 500, 800,000, and so on. And also number of usage should continue to increase, else prices will plummet. So keep a track of partnership. Today, VeChain, I think, is down about 93% from its all-time high. And the key risks that I see are explained in this video. It's also linked in the description. So do go through all of them before making your own decision. And finally, if you like this video, subscribe to the channel, tell your friends about it, and welcome to the Wave Crypto Club. Stay tuned for more such amazing videos.